All right, guys, welcome to another video. Here is this video is going to talk about, I got the CRX in here now. I had it outside because I was working on a Subaru. This video is going to be about the head. I got the head. It's now VTEC locked. I got the VTEC locker in. I removed the what are they called? The LMAs or LCAs or something like that? I can't remember. Quick little update. This is a GSR head. It's ported and polished. It's a built head. It's got the Brian Crower dual valve springs, retainers. It is ready to go. When you do the VTEC locker, for most people, you can do it on either side. On this side, you can pull it out from this side, or you can pull them out from this side. This one is a 10 millimeter Allen head. You take these two off, and you can push them so they can come out this way. When they're in the car, when it's in the car, it's easier to push them. The head's backwards. This is the intake side. That's the exhaust side. So the firewall is going to be on, or the strut tower is going to be on this side. So you want them to push this way over the transmission. So take these off and push them this way, and they'll come out this way. There's going to be locking pins here. There's an H22. There's a let me take this one. Damn, this thing's on there. The H22 is different than the B series. This pin on the H series sits on the exhaust, and this one sits on the intake. ¿Qué pasó? Ahorita voy. ¿Dónde están? Ahí. ¿Ya llegaron? Ah, okay. I gotta go do the brakes on the car really quick. But yeah. Keep you guys updated right now. Alright, I'm back. Well, like I was saying, you have to remove these, lock them, and then once you start to put everything back together, like I was saying, these locking pins here, I'm jumping all over the place, but let me get back where I was off on this. These locking pins on the H22, this longer one is on the intake side, and on the B series it's backwards. On the B series, on the B series, the longer one is on the exhaust, and on the H series, the longer one is on the intake. You don't want to mix these up because that's the little groove for that longer one. And this one is that groove for the smaller one. And if you put them on backwards, if you put this pin on the intake side and this one on the exhaust side, it's not gonna seal. The intake side is not gonna seal because that pin is gonna be hitting on the cap, and you're gonna damage your cap. So remember, always when you pull these out on the B series, the bigger pin goes on the exhaust. But once you start putting everything back in, it's all like common sense. Just start from this side. Start from the side where you were putting them in. This side, and everything should go back to the way it was. And yeah, VTEC's locked. I got the plate already. I'm just looking for a gasket. I'm waiting on the gasket. I ordered a gasket, and I'm gonna block this off. And yeah, that head, it's ready to go onto this block. And once it's all assembled, I'm gonna be taking the transmission off of this one. This is the B series transmission, or this is the GSR transmission. I'm gonna be taking the guts out of this one and putting my B16 guts in it. And then once I can mate everything, transmission, engine, everything, once it's all mated, I'm gonna work my way around this harness. Work my way all on this harness and plug every sensor I can while the engine's out. And once everything's all plugged in, it's going in. I have all the T-bracket, linkage, everything's all there. So the motor's gonna go in. Well, first of all, I have to paint the engine bay. So yeah, that's for another one. And then this weight plate, when we made it with my brother Vicente, we made it to where it was a bolt on and bolt off. So this weight plate is going to get eliminated, because the reason why it's getting eliminated is because the weight plate works. It's worked. It's helped me with my 60 foot. But one thing I did not like about the weight plate is that it triggers the staging beam, the staging light. It triggers it, and I found that out because for some reason whenever I was pulling into the beams, I wouldn't line up with the tire on the beam. I would line up with this. So my 60 foots were always off. I was doing like 2.0 60 foots, 2.0, like 2.1. And I was like, why am I, like, why is it doesn't make sense. I was like confused. And I was already running my tires on like 7 PSI, 6 PSI. And I was like, dude, there's no way I haven't dropped my times. And then I had my nephew, Emmy. Wait, no, it was Vicente. Vicente was the one that was lining me up. And then, yeah, you can see where the beam was. When Vicente was lining me up, you could see where the weight plate was triggering the beam. And Vicente was telling me, keep going, keep coming. And I was like, the beams are already on. And he was still like pulling me in. Then I decided to pull in a little bit more. And then I seen the pre-stage lights go off. I was like, well, that's weird. And then he kept pulling me in, and I kept following his signals. He kept telling me to keep going in. And then I seen the trigger beams, the staging beams, they came back on, and I was like, oh, like I'm actually staged in now. And the first light came on, then the second light came on, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then that passed, I pulled a 1.7 60 foot, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. And that's when I realized, oh, I know what's triggering it. It's the freaking weight plate. It's triggering I mean, you can't see. It doesn't look that low right now, but because there's no weight in the car. But once it gets weight, this thing squats really good. So I'm talking like I'm probably like 2 inches off the ground, because this thing it scrapes. It scrapes really good. It scrapes really good. I'm pretty sure it's probably scraped on the bottom somewhere, because whenever I hit the brakes, you can see sparks flying. And yeah, but that's the plan now. So the head is already done. The head is done. I got to take that manifold to my brother Hector. That way he can weld me the little ears so I can put my throttle cable. But that's done. I just got to mate that to that. And take that transmission with me, take the gears with me, and since I'm not here local right now, I'm working out of town. I'm working in Hermiston, so I'm gonna be taking that tranny and taking my B16 gears and doing it while I'm at work. After work, I'm gonna go to. I got a toy hauler, got an RV toy hauler where I'm staying at. So I'm gonna be taking this with me, and then I'm gonna be tearing this apart while I'm in my toy hauler after work and getting everything figured out, getting it to work with this one, because I'm gonna need the shorter gear ratio since it's gonna be all motor. But yeah, that's the plan, guys. We'll see what this all motor can do. Oh, and another thing, I found me on my way back from Mexico. I found me a B series all motor header, which works perfect. Hopefully it aligns with the hood on the hole on the hood. That way I don't have to cut more off this hood. I don't really like to cut into the hood, but hopefully it lines up. If it doesn't, I'd rather cut the pipe and make it work to where it lines up with the hole. But yeah, that's it, guys. I think I have pretty much everything to piece this up. So we'll stay tuned on the next video, see what it does. And yeah.